Jeez, darling, it's so depressing up in here. We're really gonna sit here in silence? Pretty much. Not really much to talk about until we head into that trial room, huh? The mouse is right. Like, what's the point? We've done this twice now, and we're about to do this for a third time. Only difference is we got two people dead. Yeah, especially it's my first time doing this. Mine as well. Be honest. Are you responsible? I promise you, I'm not behind this. Not this time. Highly doubt it, but I guess I'll trust you. My deal is still on the table. Whatever.
Given Heidi's antics in trying to get under her skin, we've came very far as a group, especially with the two new additions of Phil and Meadow that came in late. Meadow, the ultimate soldier, pretty chill lady and strong. Phil, still don't know what his talent is, but that's on another topic. With only 9 of us left, we're truly getting smaller and smaller, and either one or two of us will be executed. But I have faith that we'll solve this and bring literally the killers of Mario and Rosie to justice so they can move forward and fight their way out. Will we be able to? I hope so. Attention students. Attention students. You'll reach the trial room in 2 minutes. I repeat, 2 minutes.
Alright, folks. I know that this was not the most suitable course of action with the whole investigation, but rules are rules and time's up. And according to protocol, it's trial time, so everyone find your new seat, because obviously I remodeled, and we'll go over the rules. The third class trial. During the class trial, you're trying to figure out who done it, especially with this double murder. Now then, with protocol, of course, you'll use your theories and evidence to figure out who you think done it. Then it will come to a majority vote. Vote correctly, and you all get to live another day in harmony in this little academy. Fail, well then, the killer or killers will get to leave, and also any requirement auditions due to the blood perks. Now then, any questions? So clearly with that portrait, James was executed. Yeah, hold up. I got a question real quick, too. What's the deal with this double murder? How does it work? I don't understand what's going on. I know a lot of people have died, but I know about the game. It's just so confusing right now. Alright, to answer your questions, Squid, yes, in a way, sort of. I say, like, James stood out of line, and with that, he had to be taken out, and I took his place. And Chuck, I'll be happy to answer that question. It's simple. It's optional. All you have to do is find the first person that was killed's killer. Vote correctly. You guys are free to go. Ready to vote correctly or incorrectly or choose to proceed in the second murder. That's literally up to you. You just gotta get one of them right if you choose to vote twice. Anywho, any more questions? Mr. Mono, darling, even though James is gone, do I still get my blood perk? Why, of course. What does she mean about blood perk? Jeez, they just have to make stuff difficult and of all times. I'm actually kind of curious as well. What's this blood perk? And we've been hearing it all week. Let me tease your minds. Getting away with murder isn't always easy, but in this game, to truly escape, it has to be a majority consensus, not a halfway margin. Like, if it is, it has to be a huge margin, where the minority is very tiny. But since it was split in half, and she did get away with it, she was granted immunity the next following round. Getting half votes or like a slim margin that's close, but not the majority, you win your trial. But sadly, no one dies except the person of their choosing. Along with that note, they're immune going into the next round, meaning they will be affected by the motive, but they can't be killed or they can do a kill. I hope it makes any sense. Oh, and this is very important. Before time runs up for the first portion, you'll also have a second vote to decide if you want to continue with the second case. You only have to find the murderer of Mario, the ultimate gamer that was sadly KO'd in the new classroom on the new floor.
What? Isn't that a bit cruel that we only have to find one killer?
You're not paying attention. He said it's optional. We can find both or one.
I don't care. We're gonna find both killers. Everybody's gonna vote when this is said and done so we can find both for justice. We can't just let two killers, well, one of them go free. But you gotta calm down, Mittens. We also have to think clearly. We have to figure out one completely right so we don't die and then we have to follow on the second case. We really have to look into it real well. The first case, importantly. I agree, but I think it's also fair that we look into Rosie's murder. Nothing but kind of me since the first year got here. And it would be a disservice just to look over her case. Risk. I'm solving this murder of my dead friend, one way or another. I'm also down, darling. It also benefits me in a sense. So I'm down to vote to look at both cases. Good. Thank you. Mono, I think we're ready. All right. Aren't you guys a quiet, lively bunch? Well, then, with that out of the way, and no more questions, then I declare that the third class trial can commence. You may proceed. Okay, darlings. I'll just say this straight up first so we can get this out the way real quickly. It wouldn't benefit me to kill someone again, even though I have immunity and I have the option to kill. Meaning, why would I want to put myself at more risk by sending another person to their death freely without any consequences if you vote correctly or incorrectly? Just so there's no, misconstruement, okay? I honestly gotta agree with you. Oh, Grumpy darling, you actually care? Not really. You can't even look me in my face. On the contraire, things ain't always what they seem. Like you might know who the killer is. Oh, I definitely do. Then who is it? Kidding me? You know who it is? Then tell us. I'd like to know as well. You can't do that to us. Come on. This could be redemption. She's not gonna do nothing. All she wants to do is start chaos and mischief because she can. Because she can't be touched this round one way or another. Okay, guys, we're getting off course. The deal is what happened to Mario. Was he still looking for his DS? That is true. I don't know the details, but he has been looking around. I did help him yesterday, but today, I just kept to myself for the most part.
Wait a minute. Yes, we did have a conversation about that. But he really had no clues until he got, I don't know, something he wanted to discuss.
Like what? Come on, Mickey. What do you say?
I don't know. He wanted to discuss it with someone. It wasn't me.
Then who? Well, it wasn't me. Alright, guys, it was me. We had a conversation in the little tea area. I told him to be careful. I wish I went with him.
But doesn't that put a little suspicion on you, darling? And after all this trying to agree with me, it's a bit fishy. Don't you think? Don't turn this back on me. I was with you most of the time, remember? Think Mittens, think. There was something. Bingo! Heidi, could you repeat that testimony of how you and Grumpy were together?
I can't deny it. Me and Mr. Grumpy were there for the most part. Especially when we bumped into each other in the cellar. So, for the most part, we've been having a conversation. Truthfully, I wanted an alliance with Grumpy.
Alliance? Ooh, this really gets juicy, especially with the rules, with some new additions and changes. Do tell, do tell. She had a point because she was the outcast and no one wanted to be around her. And I was well liked, and I hope I am, that we can somehow make it to the end and avoid all the drama. If we potentially decide to kill, I wanted to bring literally my best friend with me. And I wanted to bring Mario. But coincidentally, both of them died, which was truly a travesty. Me and Mario did not see eye to eye, darling, but I really did respect him. I really didn't see him dying this soon. I also agreed. So you were basically planning on killing us and trying to get us murdered? And you think it would still like you? That's a bit extreme. But it can't be them, could it? I don't know. It could be like some reverse psychology stuff, because if both of them decide to do it, Heidi's basically immune, so if we don't vote her, she can basically just choose one of us to die and still get away with it and live, depending on the margin of the votes. And then Grumpy, one way or another, we've talked to him and we've vibed with him. Phil, do we vote now?
I think that's a bit soon.
I agree, it's too soon. But that doesn't get us nowhere. All we know is that somebody lured Mario. But could it be that simple? Like, it could be the obvious. I agree. What if it is Mario and Heidi? Hey, keep my name out your mouth, dude. I've been a good pal to you. Okay, and you went to kill us. Okay, but I helped you. Ugh, never mind. Hold it, please. I know there's not much chaotic emotion at the moment, but it's weird. I gotta say this has been the most common trial so far. And what does that have to do with anything? We're not getting to nowhere at this point. What are we even doing? Maybe we can't just look at these cases separately. Maybe there is one person behind both, or maybe it is two. But maybe in some way or another they're linked together.
I couldn't agree more. We're not getting nothing just talking about Mario's case. So maybe we should start talking about Rosie's case.
I like that idea, but isn't it strange that both Mario and Rosie died about 3 minutes apart, kind of? I don't know, like 7:40 and 7:43. That's pretty close. And like, there's no way they could have murdered each other, because literally, Rosie's in the basement and Mario's on the 3rd floor. They died in 3 minutes of each other, so there's no way that they could have done it to each other. So what happened in that span of a time? Someone had to have seen something. I do have a testimony. Well, earlier, you know how Samuel was consoling Rosie. And what is that? Are you trying to put me in the mix? No, it's just once you left, I did see her talking to someone, and I thought she was hiding something behind her back. Mittens? What is she talking about?
Yeah, I think she was talking about the knife, Grumpy. The what? There was a knife at the crime scene, but it clearly wasn't the murder weapon. Yeah, I tried to get first aid real quick as fast as I could, but I couldn't make it. That's when the body discovery announcement went off and examined everything there. That knife is literally too small. Well, it's not small, but whatever killed her slowly pierced through her whole body. The knife wouldn't even make a dent past like the front. So the other question is, during that time, other than being mention of Heidi being seen coming out of the cellar and Heidi going down to see, I assume from this, bleeding, correct? Me if I'm wrong. She was slowly bleeding when I got there, so before 7:43 to 7:40. That's a little window. Heidi, come on. If you've seen anyone else came into the basement, you have to let us know. It's very important. We don't want to die. Bravo, I say. But mittens are nothing like Rosie. Rosie may have been vulnerable and sad, but she was a lot tougher than you. When she was in her detective mode, she never let anyone see her sweat. She spoke on her mind and was screaming on the inside. Shame she's gone. She would have probably solved this case a lot faster than you. But fine, even though you'll think I'm a liar, coming from the cellar, I guess there's no point now, since... Well then, Mono, am I free to speak freely? Or will I be executed and have my immunity taken? Mono, what is she talking about? Yeah, what's going on? Is this another secret thing between, like, traitors? It's not cool. Like, this keeps on making the trials a little unfair, Mono. You and James just can't be giving people secret perks. Okay, enough. No, but this isn't fair. Silence. Apologies. And I'm sorry. Me and James may have stepped out of the line, but our boss thought it would be a lot fun for this to happen. It put a smile on their face, and I said, why not? So they wanted a little bit of chaos and a little bit of flavor to the game, because they hated how most of the killing games they've witnessed over the years were a tad bit, one note, kind of, but not really. But like, we wanted to add a little, well, they wanted to add a little bit of chaos to the mix, so they always leave secret little perks to help people out with their killings or to make the game interesting. But since you guys are whining about it, there were 3 ways to get into the basement. Fine then. You can go down the stairs to the basement by the kitchen. The secret wall down the hallway towards the gymnasium. And the 3rd floor elevator. It's pretty fast. It can get you through any of the many floors in this place. So there. Dude, what's going on with you? Yeah, what's going on? Sammy? It's good. I think I may know who did it. Really? I wouldn't believe it. But the killer behind Rosie, our detective, our favorite artist, was Mario. What? What? That don't make any sense. Well, when you think about it, it kind of does.
For real, what Mono told us about that elevator on the 3rd floor where Mario died?
So, what do you think happened? Come on, please, Samuel, tell us. It's a stretch, but I buy it.
Come on, Samuel, tell us what happened. Because I'm truly clueless. It's possible, but I don't know. It makes the most sense. Putting together what I heard all this time during this trial. This is the truth of the case. It happened right after the poison gas. Me and Rosie were just trying to comfort each other with all this mess with the killing game that happened these last couple of days. And when she left, Mario was talking to Grumpy about his DS and how he got a mysterious note to meet them to get it in the classroom on the 3rd floor. From what I heard from the testimony, Grumpy told Mario to be safe. And that's when Mario was getting ready to pass through the tea room into the kitchen. This is clear. I can only assume that Grumpy was busy in thought with all that was going on when Rosie slipped into the kitchen. Rosie got the knife. She was walking through the main hall on her way to the cellar. I don't know why she had the knife. I guess we'll never know. With the help of Meadow and Squid's testimonies, we can both assume that with the knife of what she was holding behind her back, as Meadow was having a chat while obviously Rosie was making her way down to the basement, and Squid seen them have a conversation before. What was the conversation? We can ask more later. But at the same time, as Rosie was making her way down the basement and sees Heidi coming up, and now she's proceeding to go down to figure out what Heidi was doing because she was very suspicious of Heidi. Rosie, at 7:30ish or whatever, she has the knife, and I think she's waiting for someone. From what I gathered from this, she was on edge. I do not know what about, but I think someone wanted to harm her. Meanwhile, our killer came down the elevator and with a sharp icicle and pierced their left side. And once they did that, they ran back to the elevator. If my theory is correct, they didn't want to do it, but they were convinced. This was an accomplished blacken that made someone the blacken. And that was indeed Mario, the ultimate gamer, who was manipulated by Heidi, the ultimate herbalist. That's what happened. I assumed that's what killed Heidi and pierced her left side of her chest. Mario showed me that he had powers, and before he was the ultimate plumber, he was a hero in the Mushroom Kingdom. So, what do y'all think? Honestly, that does make some sense. But other than you, did anyone else see that he had powers like that? Ridiculous, darling. Like I said, I have nothing to gain. Regardless of the outcome, I have immunity. That's a stretch, but it's possible. Any other ideas? Not really. We just better just vote. I gotta agree. There's really nothing we've got. And that's the only solid evidence. Plus, we have to figure out Rosie's killer, right? So this is basically a saving grace if we fail. Remember, we only have to get one right, Mono? Pretty much. That's pretty much it. Are we ready to vote? I'll take your silence as a yes. Kindly pull out your monopads and click using the pictures of who's in front of you. Keep in mind, you're allowed to vote for the living and the dead. Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? I will say, you guys really were entertaining. Wish it was a longer, but I have the votes. Keep in mind, the vote has to be majority or, a split high margin. I can guarantee you that the vote was not unanimous. 3 people received the votes during this trial. But I'll only reveal the names of the 3, and only the person with the highest score. I will just tell you if you're right or wrong. Yay, then you guys live to see another day and I'll punish the culprit. But if nay, you'll be forced to solve the other case. Now then, the three players that received votes was Mario, the ultimate gamer, Heidi, the ultimate herbalist, and finally, Emmanuel. Hey guys, you guys voted me? Guys? Well done, my fellow players. The killer behind the ultimate artist, your also great detective friend Rosie, was indeed Samuel, the ultimate weather reporter, news anchor, whatever, blah blah. Good job for y'all. Y'all get to live again, I guess. But on that news, before we get to the punishment, do you guys want to investigate who killed Mario? No, this ain't right. You're lying. You're lying. I did not do this. I didn't have the time. I wasn't in the place. I did not do this. I didn't. Y'all gotta believe me. Please. Please. Somebody help me.
Come on, dude. Sammy, it's over. I had a feeling because your story. I'm sorry, man, but it had to be you.
When you think about it and everything that happened throughout the day, you were close with her. And you were close with Mario. I don't know if you were also responsible for Rosie's death, but at one point or another, you were around them.
Not to mention, the things that you mentioned in her story, I never talked about a note. That wouldn't have made sense. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, darling, but he's right. I don't know what their conversation was about. Maybe you were listening and you interpreted a note. It's not right. There's no way. Me and Samuel voted correctly. Mario get the final blow, even though he was manipulated by Heidi. Well, I'm sorry to disappoint you. I didn't know another soul. No. I refuse. I refuse. Screw the rules. I'm not going out without a fight. What? What is he doing? No one's ever done this before. He's running. Dang it. I don't care if he did it. Run, Samuel. Run, Samuel. Run, Samuel. Run, Samuel. The worst thing about this game is those that want to cheat. You can't have your cake and eat it too. Monitor, please. There has to be an exit somewhere. Somewhere. I'm not going to die. I refuse. No. I will live. I refuse to die like this. Sammy, get out of here. You got this, dude. I love you. Get out of here.
So, where's he going? I know that he wants to get out of here, but like, didn't y'all tell me and Phil that there was no way out?
Actually, he may have found a weak point. He might be able to get to the Hope Foundation, possibly. We can only hope. Keep running. Just hope he gets out of here. And finally, this nightmare can be over. Hopefully. This isn't right. Get out of here, Sammy. Any means necessary. And Mario's sake. Everyone's sake.
That means we have a chance to leave. Precisely.
Let's just hope. Sammy, you got this.
Come on, Sammy. You got this. What?
And what's so funny? Yeah, what's so funny?
Yeah, he got the way.
Boop, 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 boop. Oh, boop, boop, boop. You're a riot. You didn't think I foresaw this? This one, since y'all want to make this difficult, I guess this one will be the most cruelest punishment of them all. Oh, I didn't know what to do this. You should have gave up peacefully. Like I said, you get caught, no one's leaving. Not even this loser right here. Despair 2. Hope 0. But I know what you see. Now then, I prepared a special punishment for Samuel whatever. The ultimate anchor, news reporter, whatever. Let's give it everything we've got. It's a punishment time.
Guilty and is fleeing the scene. Now it's time for punishment.
This just in, ladies and gentlemen, on Despair Live News. Our reporter, Samuel, is on the run. Beware the acid rain and robots, they say, or otherwise his life will end today. Should he survive within 3-minute mark, I guess he'll be spared. But that's the true answer arc. Well then, he's troubled. Whether he'll melt like a puddle or be pubbled by metal rubble.
I made it. He made it. Now, password. What do you mean password? No. No. I was so close. Dang it.
Well then,
What? What's going on? Let me go.
well then, it's time for the real show to begin. That in mind, let's report to the acid pool, shall we? Now then, how are you feeling, Sammy? Live from the Despair Network, you can see our news anchor getting acid showers of acid rain. Will they be able to survive? Stay tuned. If they can, they'll be free to roam with the rest of you.
I can do this. Oh, I'm not gonna make it. I'm innocent. I'm innocent. I'm innocent. Ow. Birds. You birds. Someone help me. It just feels hopeless. What did I even do? Ah!
And then he felt his freedom.